Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Pittsburgh Steelers get second peek at this first-round quarterback. The Pittsburgh Steelers have no quarterbacks under contract past the 2024 season, which means that all options must be considered. Pittsburgh will have a veteran on their roster, but the 2025 NFL Draft cannot be discounted as a potential solution for the Steelers. So far, they have scouted most, if not all, of the top quarterback prospects. On Saturday, the Steelers watched Miami take on Wake Forest. This marks the second time they have watched Miami quarterback and Heisman hopeful Cam Ward. Ward led the Hurricanes to a dominant 42-14 victory over the Demon Deacons. He threw for 2 touchdowns and threw for 280 yards in the win. As it stands, Ward is one of the top quarterback prospects in the 2025 NFL Draft and could be argued as the top quarterback prospect by many scouts. It is not just Ward that the Steelers could see playing for Miami. Wide receiver Xavier Restrepo profiles as a second-round pick and fits into the range where the Steelers' second-round pick will likely land. While the rest of the country got to enjoy the wonderful wintry Week 12 opener, fans of the Cleveland Browns and Pittsburgh Steelers were biting their nails down to the cuticle. Ultimately, the visiting Steelers fell 24-19, an instant classic as agonizing as it was entertaining. In a one-possession game with 4 lead changes, every minute detail matters. For that reason, every seemingly crucial mistake has been amplified. Head coach Mike Tomlin has been harshly criticized for blowing another game to an underwhelming opponent, this time by way of sloppy clock management and giving Cleveland an extra down after a penalty. The officials caught flack for missing a holding call on edge rusher Nick Herbig, leading to a massive Browns touchdown, and quarterback Russell Wilson's turnovers loomed large. But basically nobody on Pittsburgh's sideline emerged from the snow unscathed. Backup quarterback Justin Fields found himself to blame after the loss. "I should have scored," Fields said, by a Brooke Pryor. "I'm sick, but I just got to make sure I'm warm on the sideline at all times. I kind of felt stiff on that one. On the second one, I felt a bit looser." The play Fields is referring to was his best play of the night, a 30-yard run that could have turned into a 65-yard touchdown. Instead, he was pushed out of bounds at Cleveland's 35-yard line. The Steelers scored on the drive, but ultimately spent 3 extra minutes with the football. Of course, nobody knows how Thursday would have turned out had Fields taken the house call. But given that the Steelers ran out of time, relying on an ill-fated Hail Mary, it's possible that the accelerated score could have been a part of a Pittsburgh win. Fields also failed to connect with receiver George Pickens on a third down with 3 minutes remaining on a downfield pass that could have flipped the contest upside down. Early in the game, his 4th down rush was stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Subsequently, Fields will have to wait another week before leaving his mark on a Steelers victory. Since being relegated, Fields has flashed, but largely been an extra in the scenes the Pittsburgh faithful have watched with Wilson under center. With so few opportunities to make plays, Fields doesn't just have infrequent chances to help the team win. He also has to sit with his mistakes without the playing time to rectify them. How Fields handles that challenge could prove crucial. If all goes well, he might get a shot at redemption in Week 13 against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Pittsburgh Steelers were served a harsh reality check on Thursday, falling to the hosting Cleveland Browns, 24-19, in one of the most memorable primetime games in years. Steelers captain nominated for Rooney Award. The Pittsburgh Steelers, at 8-3, have had their fair share of fun weekends throughout the first half of the season. Week 12, after losing in heartbreaking fashion to the Cleveland Browns, wasn't one of them. However, before the league moved on to Week 13, it released its nominations for the Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award, making at least one of Pittsburgh's finest a little happier ahead of another crucial AFC North clash. On Monday, it was announced that Steelers safety Miles Killebrew was the team's nominee for the award. Each team gets one nomination before 8 finalists are revealed, with ultimately one winner. Despite being named after Rooney, Pittsburgh's founding owner, no one has won the award while wearing the black and gold. Sportsmanship is the core of the game, the vanguard of public confidence, the keeper of game integrity, said Troy Vincent, NFL Executive Vice President of Football Operations, via the team's website. These Rooney Sportsmanship Award nominees exemplify the spirit of fair play and the values of respect, integrity, commitment to team and resiliency at the highest level of competition. Killebrew, notably, is the Steelers' special teams captain and one of the players who best embodies head coach Mike Tomlin's vision for his roster. Pittsburgh might play down to opponents from time to time, but the reputation for playing a physical, 60-minute game is well-earned, and not without players like Killebrew. A 9-year veteran, Killebrew is now in his 4th campaign in Western Pennsylvania. Coming off a Pro Bowl and All-Pro season, he'll have a chance to add additional hardware in 2024. The winner will be announced at the NFL Honor Ceremony on Saturday, February 9th. The Pittsburgh Steelers won't sign Russell Wilson to an in-season extension. Here's why. Since stepping in at quarterback, Russell Wilson has led the Pittsburgh Steelers to a 4-1 record, and they now sit atop the AFC North despite losing to the Cleveland Browns last Thursday, 24-19. Pittsburgh is reportedly expected to re-sign Wilson after the season, but with how well he has played, why would the Steelers not break tradition and try to get the contract with Wilson done before the end of the year? Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk basically revealed why that would not happen, and it has nothing to do with the Steelers' desire to make that deal happen or not. After being released by the Denver Broncos in the offseason, Wilson would be guaranteed $84 million up front, so he signed with the Steelers on the veteran minimum. However, Florio says that any in-season extension would mess that guarantee up, something that Wilson does not want to happen. Per a source with knowledge of the situation, a new deal done during the 2024 season would complicate significantly the offset applicable to Wilson's guaranteed pay from Denver this year. If Wilson did a deal during the season, some of that money would reduce what the Broncos owe him, Florio wrote. If the Steelers want him back, they will wait until after the season, but it is unknown if Wilson would instead hit free agency and see what he gets there before deciding on his future in Pittsburgh. The Steelers could also choose to franchise tag Wilson if that is the route they would like to go, but that seems unlikely. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Russell Wilson? Leave your opinion in the comments.